Welcome to the live stream. We are here in the live stream. We're talking about Nintendo Direct. So welcome, guys. Welcome everybody to this impromptu live stream. And I got some things to talk to you about the Nintendo Direct, expectations, channel update, and a lot more. And just chatting with you guys here. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me get here and get some music here going first. Okay, what's up? Okay, that one's good. That's playing. There we go. Okay, do you guys like that music? All right, so welcome to the Odyssey. So glad you are here. We are talking about the Nintendo Direct and, of course, the expectations that we should have when going into the Direct. Don't worry, I am keeping a live kind of look at the Twitter website. In case of any updates. As of yet, there is no updates. Nintendo did tweet today, about 2 hours ago, but they actually tweeted promotion for Mario versus Donkey Kong, and that is basically it. It is about 6 a.m., almost 7 a.m. in Japan, so we don't know whether that tweet was just an automated tweet for promotions, and then once we hit 9 o'clock maybe over there a.m., then we might see it, which is kind of 5 o'clock, 5, 6. But then we also have tomorrow, which I would say many of the times, Nintendo will only give us a day in advance. So without further ado, let me go ahead and give a shout out to all of you out there. And I have Joycey J
And I also have Paul in the chat. If you guys want to jump on video, let me know. I'll send you a link to this live, and you guys can go ahead and talk as well and give you guys their opinion, because you guys are part of the podcast. And so I would love to hear what you guys think. So let me know in the chat if you guys want to jump in the live stream, Joycey or Paul, and I'll send you a link. But let me go ahead and do a shout out here. If you are here live, go ahead and put your name down in the chat. Anything, you can put an emoji, hello, and I'll go ahead and see your name, and I can go ahead and shout you out here on the channel. All right, so I'm going to start out here with Academy member and head moderator Blue Moon. Of course, Academy member, head moderator Jan Mar. Thank you for being here. We got Pengers in the chat. Hey, how you doing? We also got Paul Guild Network, the co-host of the Topic podcast. We have Academy member Yvonne Francois is here as well. Thank you for being here. We also got Academy member Chris Lancer is in the house. We got Power Mad UK all the way from the UK. Thank you for being here. We got my IFPV saying hello. Hello. Thank you for being here. We got Solomon McNeil is also here. Thank you for being here as well. We got Ellen. Ellen's in the house. Hello, Ellen. We got Joycey J, also an Academy podcast co-host. She's also here. We have Alisala in the house. Hello, hello. And then we have, let's see here. Is it Sweaty? Am I getting it right? Sweaty? I don't know if I pronounced it right, but thank you for being here. It's exciting because we're about to get into a Nintendo Direct. Nintendo has yet to announce the release date, right? But that doesn't mean that it's not coming. Nintendo normally, let me go ahead and make sure we just. Nintendo normally announces a Direct during it could be the day before, right? Nintendo is known for giving us very, very short notice on Directs. So even if today is not, we don't get an announcement today, we might get an announcement tomorrow. Okay. Now this is if the rumors out there that this week is the Direct are true. We do know that this week we have two major Nintendo events happening. We have the Legend of Zelda concert, which is taking place, I think is this Friday. Then we also have a Splatoon concert as well. Okay, so I think it's called what do you call the Hot Tracks or something like that, something tracks. So Splatoon is having an event this weekend, and also the concert for the Legend of Zelda is also this weekend. So we know there's two major events. Nintendo Direct, even though they have yet to announce it today, I'm keeping an eye out on the Twitter just in case. It could be announced tomorrow. Nintendo has that track record of announcing Directs the day before rather than announcing Directs like in advance, right? They will always like just announce it the day before. So if the Nintendo Direct is on Wednesday, most likely we'll get an announcement on tomorrow, Tuesday, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll get an announcement for that Nintendo Direct. Now, shout out to Academy member the male 518. Thank you for being here. And also we have the Leo's Ganster. Thank you also for being here as well. You are awesome. We got Ethan Lane as well. It says here, do you think this will be the last Switch Focus Direct? You know, let me go ahead and start with answering that question because that is a good question. And if you have a question in the chat, ask any question you want regarding Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Switch 2, any game that you are interested in. Go ahead and add it to the chat. Ask away. I will use what I have to answer your question. And if I have the information, I will answer it. If not, I'll give you my personal opinion as well. But right now we have, do you think this will be the last Nintendo Switch Focus Direct? Yes, I like that question because it says the last Switch Focus Direct. So that means it's not going to be the last Direct for the Switch, but it'll be the last Direct where the Nintendo Switch is the main focus, right? Because we expect that the next Nintendo Directs in summer and also in the fall, the Nintendo Directs will have the Switch 2 alongside it. The reason I tell you this is because the president of Nintendo did say that the Nintendo Switch will be getting games all the way into 2025. And so, yes, this could be the last Nintendo Direct with only the Switch there, right? The following, I would say the next Nintendo Direct or the next two Nintendo Directs will have the Switch 2 alongside it. That is the what we see there with with that Switch 2 announcement coming pretty soon. Let's see here. Let's get another question. Let's see here. We got here. I think we will get some Microsoft games in the next Direct. That's a big possibility. With that announcement from Microsoft that they're planning on sharing their first party games on other consoles, there is a big possibility at least that is it Big Rush something game. Let me know if I pronounce it right, but there's a game called like something Rush. I don't know much about it, but that game has been rumored for a while now, so I think that is a possibility that we might get Microsoft games on Nintendo Switch. One thing I can think about is the Action Replay collection. So the Action Replay collection, which basically started on Switch anyway, should has a big possibility of coming to Nintendo Switch as well. So Microsoft games on Nintendo Switch in this Nintendo Direct, possibility. Hi-Fi Rush. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you, Sergio. Shout out to Sergio for Hi-Fi Rush. That is Hi-Fi Rush. Yep. Thank you, Joycey, as well. Let's see here. Hide this comment here. All right. Let's go ahead here. Mike Odyssey, when do you think that the 1,000-Year Door remake will release? And do you think pre-orders will be up on Amazon after the Direct? I'm saying April, since there are no April slots. Plus, they did that for Tears of the Kingdom. You're on the mark. You're hitting the mark right there. That was actually my guess as well. I was also pinpointing April, and I think that the pre-orders will actually open the moment that the game is announced, right after the Direct. We'll have it on Amazon. We'll have it on GameStop. We'll have it on everywhere you can actually order your game, pre-order your game, and on the eShop as well. So I would say, 1,000-Year Door for April, and then Luigi's Mansion. I would put that game in June, since they stated that Luigi's Mansion was coming in the summer. And so, 1,000-Year Door, April is a great month. I would say April or May. The reason why I would say April or May is because they might be holding April for that big event regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. I personally believe it'll be April, that big event for April, not March, but April. Like the fiscal year ends in March 31st, the last day of March. And so now that we're in the next fiscal year in April, that's when we can actually expect at any moment Nintendo to issue that kind of promotion for the event happening for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I wouldn't rule out the possibility that towards the end of the Nintendo Direct, they might say, stay tuned for an event in April, right? For an event coming in April regarding some good news we have for you, or some new update we have for you, something like that, right? Could happen, could not happen. But to me, I feel that April is the month, because that will make it into the next fiscal year. And that's what Nintendo said, right? Nintendo actually said that they weren't expecting to release any consoles or any new generations or next-gen consoles this fiscal year. Although we are in 2024, we are still in the 2023-2024 fiscal year, which ends right next month, right? And still, we're still in that fiscal year when Nintendo issued that statement that there's no console this year. I believe April is the month for that big event for Switch 2, and who knows if we hear anything about it during the Nintendo Direct. All right, great question, Bronny. Bronny Pony, keep asking those questions, and I will continue to answer them to the best of my abilities. Let's see here. We got, continue here. Nintendo's holding a meeting with investors tomorrow, February 6th. There we go. Okay, so here we have another great comment here. Here we have a great comment from Boy from Belgium 99. Great screen name, by the way. Nintendo is holding a meeting with investors tomorrow, February 6th. So expect Nintendo Direct on February 7th, same as last year, one day after investor meeting. Yeah. So just like I said at the beginning, Nintendo is famous for giving us just one day notice for their Nintendo Direct. So don't be upset if we don't get that notice today. Today, Nintendo will issue it tomorrow within the first 3 tweets. Within the first 3 tweets of the day, Nintendo will issue that Nintendo Direct announcement. If we have it this week, which everyone agrees it should be this week. It's gonna be this week, right? And worst case scenario, next week, but no later than next week. But we're all in agreement that it's gonna be this week. So thank you for that update and for that comment. That is a great comment. Let's see here. Any other questions? Let's see here. What do you think will be the launch title? Open World Mario, new Pokemon game, new Zelda game. Let me start with Pokemon. With Pokemon Company has a reputation of releasing their game on a console that has many users, right? So you could argue that maybe they'll wait for the main Pokemon, that Gen 10 Pokemon, for next year, once the Nintendo Switch 2 has kind of gotten a little more momentum and more sales, right? And maybe this year's Pokemon game could actually be a remake or a port somehow of some sort, right? From the 3DS, remake from prior Pokemon in the past, right? And so Nintendo Pokemon is known for issuing their games on. They want to make sure that we have a lot of people, right? Unless they are doing a dual release, then it's most likely they're gonna issue a remake. So that's not gonna be a launch game at the time. The Pokemon games, I'm not sure if they've ever been launch games, just because they want a lot of people to be on there on Switch on that console in order to sell it. What other game? The new Zelda game, don't know, but for sure, I out of the 3 games, I lean more towards open world Mario, right? Mario, since that's the game that has been spoken about by credible leakers out there, that will be the launch game with Mario. Now, there are 2 other games. There's 2 other games that I believe could make the launch for Nintendo, or within the launch window, which is the first 3-4 months of the console's release. One is Mario. The other one is Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the best-selling game on the Switch, so that is a console seller. If a Mario Kart comes out with the Switch, a lot of people are going to jump on the Switch too because of Mario Kart. It's a great game. And then the other one, believe it or not, is one that nobody expects could be a launch title or a launch window. Animal Crossing, the number 2 most selling game on the Nintendo Switch, right? People say, "Oh yeah, that game sold a lot because of 2020." It did sell a lot because of 2020, but that it also created so many fans in 2020, and basically this game, a lot of people have a lot of attachment to this game, so they're waiting for the next Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing fans, they're really starving because Animal Crossing New Horizon has not gotten any updates. They stopped giving updates very early on, within a year and a half to 2 of the year of the game release, and so they're starving for content for a new game. And so if there's a new Animal Crossing within the launch window of the Switch 2, then that will be another quick system seller. Let's see here. Hi-Fi Rush. When is the next Direct? We are expecting the next Direct to be this week. That's when we expect it to be. Blah 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 blah. Blurp. Let's get more questions here. Just Kingdom. We're gonna be king. Okay. Do you think they will mention the Switch 2 on the next Direct? Personally, I don't. I don't personally believe that the next Nintendo Direct, will have the Switch 2. I do believe that the Switch 2 will be announced in April. Now, I don't rule out that at the end of the Nintendo Direct, they can say we have one more thing to announce. Expect a special presentation April and give us a date for that event, not actually show us the Switch 2. I believe that this Nintendo Direct will be dedicated solely to the Nintendo Switch. And so it's good that we go into this Nintendo Direct with that expectation, right? That this Nintendo Direct will solely be focused on games coming to the Nintendo Switch. And I say this based on what Nintendo has mentioned, right? I mentioned before earlier in the stream that Nintendo president Shintaro Furukawa, he mentioned that um, I'm supposed to be working. Joshi said that's okay, Joshi. Um, Shintaro Furukawa mentioned that the Nintendo Switch will receive games well into 2025, right? Well into the fiscal year ending in 2025, which is March. And so there are still many games to arrive on the Nintendo Switch. And that's exciting, right? Because among these games, we have the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, right? We have Metroid Prime 2 and 3 and 4, right? There's so many games that can make it. There's the rumored Legend of Zelda the was it it's not Ocarina of Time. I don't think that's gonna make it for Switch. The Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages remakes or remasters. I'm guessing they're gonna do like they're gonna give it the Link's Awakening treatment, right? And so there are so many games that Nintendo Switch has yet to receive. Third-party games, Hollow Knight Silk Song is one of them that still has yet to make it to Nintendo Switch. Let me see. There's a lot of third-party games. With Microsoft issuing the statement of getting first-party games on other consoles, we might get other games from Microsoft in this Nintendo Direct. So there is there's a lot of awesome games still coming to the Nintendo Switch. And so this Nintendo Direct, I personally believe, will be dedicated to the Nintendo Switch. And then in April, that's when we get that big event for the Nintendo Switch 2. April is my pick for that. Let's see here. Last comment pin, please pin it, please. Let's see here. Country Girl Gamer, hello, shout out to you, Country Girl Gamer. Says, do you think they will release the new Mario 3D open world game same time as Switch 2 gets released? Yes. If that, I believe that the Mario game will be the launch title. I think this is gonna be the biggest and best Mario game that Nintendo has ever have developed and launched alongside the Switch 2. I think that we're gonna be wowed because first thing, we're getting a bigger, better console with better specs, right? This game is rumored to be an open world Mario game, and for those who believe that this doesn't work, you have to play Bowser's Fury. I really encourage you to play Bowser's Fury because Bowser's Fury has become my favorite Mario game just because it gives us that glimpse of an open world of Mario where you go into a place and it automatically starts your goals, what you have to complete for that certain stage, right? And so you can literally complete something here, go somewhere else, complete something somewhere else, and come back, right? And it's an amazing game. It has little boss battles here and there. It has the major boss battle with Bowser, his big bad mean Bowser, right? And so Bowser's Fury is a game I highly recommend you play. That will give you a glimpse into the new open world Mario. Now, if you played Bowser's Fury already, picture that times, I would say 5 or 6 times, right? Big open world. Another thing I believe that is that Mario open world will also have not only the Mushroom Kingdom, but the Flower Kingdom and maybe other kingdoms as well. You know, have you seen the Mario movie where they show the entire map of they have the Flower Kingdom, they have the Ice Kingdom, they have different kingdoms around. They have Donkey Kong area here. There's a chance that Donkey Kong could be inside the Mario game if they make like an open world. Like there could be a stage dedicated or an area dedicated to Donkey Kong, like the land, right? Just like the Mario movie. So if they make an open world Mario, the possibilities are endless, right? And so it's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be like the biggest, the most exciting Mario game, and it's gonna show off a lot of the features coming on Nintendo Switch too. So it's very exciting, super exciting. As you can see, on Stream Elements is promoting like all of the people that are part of the chat. Nintendo Land is part of our podcast, and he has so many amazing videos on Mario and open world Mario and what to expect. He has great ideas and everything. So you want to check him out. Also check out all the people on the podcast as well. Shout out to Andrew Reynolds. I feel Sunshine is not that popular of a game, but who knows? Yeah, Mario Sunshine. It came with All Stars, right? Let's see here if I've missed any other questions. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and read here from Andrew Reynolds. Says, Mike Odyssey, there could be an event, Feb or March, maybe not a direct. Look at all the game trailers Nintendo released this last 2 weeks. And Mario Donkey Kong demo, why not show that at the direct? Mario versus Donkey Kong is launching this month. And so Nintendo rarely focuses on the game that is launching the same month as a direct. So if they issue a direct today, then yeah, they will probably go over Mario versus Donkey Kong. And just like they don't have to, because they already have a trailer, they have a demo and stuff. And sometimes what they do is they before a direct, they do have a lot of game trailers launching, because not every game makes the Nintendo Direct. There's so many submissions from developers all over the world to make it to a Nintendo Direct, but not all of them make it into a Nintendo Direct. So what Nintendo does is that they issue and they release many trailers right before it, basically kind of honoring those people who applied to be part of the Direct, but they didn't make the cut, right? They had to make it only the 40 minutes. I personally know developers that have supported the channel that they had their games they're displayed on a Nintendo Direct, but they told me that that Nintendo Direct, basically they submitted that application many years prior, and they've been rejected time over time, just because so many people apply to have their games featured, and only a few third-party games get featured. Either the developer is major big, right? That Sega, like Activision Blizzard, like a major developer, or if it's a small developer, it's very hard to get into a Nintendo Direct. So what they do is they do release many trailers for games right before a direct, and you'll notice this with every direct, all the trailers launching, and it's very rare where they actually just kind of they show the game that's coming out that certain month, So yeah, to answer your question, it's normal from Nintendo to actually issue a lot of trailers right before a direct, and so when it comes to a direct for Nintendo Switch 2 this month or the next, I like I said, I see it happening in the first week of April. First week of April, which is the beginning of the next fiscal year, not April 1st, because that's April Fool's Day, but first week of April. First week of April, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let's see here. Next question. Let's see here. You guys have had amazing questions. Super cool questions. Let's see here. Blah, blah. Let's see here. Hey, okay, all good on much. Okay. Let's see here. Do you think? All right. Question here from Daniel. Dan, thank you, Danny, for your question. It says here, do you think we'll see a Star Fox or F-Zero announcement at the Nintendo Direct? I'm leaning towards Star Fox. Okay. a Star Fox remake or remaster. F-Zero, earlier in the year, last year, we heard from the developer for F-Zero, and he was pushing for an F-Zero game coming to the Nintendo Switch, but I guess they were told about because Mario Kart is there and it's like the one reigning supreme that they had not done F-Zero so much. But then again, the popularity of F-Zero on Nintendo Switch Online has made F-Zero like it has put F-Zero front and center in the eyes of Nintendo. So there's a possibility that franchise could be revived, but not in this Nintendo Direct. I would see F-Zero coming maybe to Nintendo Switch 2 with a big, like, massive game, right? Star Fox, on the other hand, I feel like that at any moment Nintendo will release an update on Star Fox, maybe the remake or remaster for the Nintendo Switch. So if you would tell me to choose, I would say Star Fox has a better possibility over F-Zero. But I don't rule out F-Zero just because of what Nintendo Switch Online has done for F-Zero. That game is incredibly popular now, and I hope Nintendo does take it seriously and give us a good game. Let's see here. Will there be a Nintendo Direct February 7th? And will Mario Kart not be announced in the Direct? First question. I would say 90% yes, there is the Nintendo Direct happening the day after tomorrow. Just like one of our awesome viewers and subscribers told us earlier, tomorrow is the financial meetings with investors, and so Nintendo normally does a Direct right after that, so that will make it the 7th. So Nintendo will actually give us like a day of let me go check here real quick. I'm checking the website for Nintendo just in case. Yeah, there is nothing yet today. So yeah, Nintendo will normally give us like a 1 day of notice for the Nintendo Direct. So tomorrow is the day where we normally find out whether Direct is happening on the 7th. Most likely, yes, we're having a Direct on the 7th. Now with Mario Kart 9, that's a Switch 2 game. That is so a Switch 2 game. Mario Kart is gonna be exclusive to Switch 2 game. That I can tell you, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the best-selling game of Nintendo Switch. Nothing can beat it, right? So Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10, whatever they decide to call it, it's gonna be a top seller on Switch 2. It's gonna be a system seller. So that game is coming for Nintendo Switch 2. I can guarantee that. Almost guarantee that. Yeah, Switch 2 game for all the way. Let's see here. Okay, all right, got that. All right, yeah. Which Mario Sports games do you think will get Mario Baseball or Mario Sports Mix? That's interesting. Interesting. I would love a Mario Sports Mix that has baseball in it. I would love Mario Sports Mix. Yeah, I would choose Mario Sports Mix. Do you guys know this is the year of the Olympics, right? This is an Olympic year, and so every single Olympic year so far, Nintendo has released a Mario versus Sonic video game, and so we don't know whether Nintendo will do that, right? If Nintendo does release a Mario versus Sonic at the Olympics 2024, then that will probably be the game for the sports game for the rest of the year for Nintendo Switch, and then we can see Mario Baseball or Mario Sports Mix in the next gen system. Let's see here. All right, Country Gal Gamer says, I heard that the new Switch 2 will not have an OLED screen. Is that true? Well, reports say from credible sources that Nintendo is basically going to LCD screen to cut costs, right? To basically to make sure that they don't give you a really expensive Nintendo Switch 2 just because of the internals are upgraded, so they cost a lot more. That's why we see a price range of $400 for the next gen system. But with that said, remember that the LCD technology has advanced immensely since 2017. And so the LCD screen that you would have gotten in 2017 is not the same one you get in 2024, right? And if you want to take a look at that, I would look at the Steam Deck maybe. It's the closest thing that I could find, or the Rogue LG Ally. I think it is. I'm not sure which one it is, but the LCD screens that we have now are much more vibrant. The colors are more they pop out more, right? And so they're better with color accuracy, right? They're just a better technology than it was back in the day. Of course, OLED is always better, right? Mini LED is always better, but still LCD now is better than what we had before. So you can expect that along paired with the 8-inch display, which is a bigger screen, you can expect to have a big, bright, beautiful screen. Okay. So I wouldn't worry too much about the OLED not being there with the newer technology we have on LCD. The AI upscaling that Nintendo is working on that will be involved in that. AI upscaling also works with the color, so it'll also kind of help. And of course, paired with this is all rumors, speculations, and credible sources, but HDR is expected to be part of it, which will help with the blacks, right, in the darks and the shadows and all that stuff, and ray tracing and all that stuff. So you can expect to have a beautiful game, a beautiful looking game on an 8-inch LCD screen that is of today, right? Not from 2017. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that, even if it's true about the LCD thing, because technology advances so fast. Let's see here. Blippity blip, blippity blip. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, so we got Ronnie Pony Productions. Do you think we'll get a new Mario baseball game announced for summer, since it's a smaller game, maybe a June release? And an LM2 comes in July. I predict it'll be called Super Mario Baseball Stars. Yeah, there's a big possibility, since the Mario baseball games and sports games are like our side games, and Nintendo. First thing, if we have backwards compatibility available on Nintendo Switch 2, then I don't see I don't see why Nintendo might not give us new games, right? Because right now, all that is expected are ports and remakes, because we're at the end of a life cycle. And so at the end of a life cycle of a console, Nintendo normally does remakes, ports, right? Remasters, things of that sort. But I wouldn't rule it out. Look at we have Princess Peach is a brand new game, right? And so I wouldn't rule out Nintendo sports games coming, Mario sports games coming in June or July. Nintendo is going to finish the year, that's for sure, for Nintendo Switch in this direct. And so there's a big possibility that we can see it. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da-do. 1, 2, 3. We got here, bro. Lindo in the house said, don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. We take no responsibility for broken screens. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I agree. Thank you, bro, Linda, for reminding. Yeah, if you have not done so yet, hit that like button, and it'll support the channel, make the stream go further. And I appreciate you all for being here. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Let's get more questions in the chat here. Let's get more questions. Joycey has something to say, and I want to share it. It says, don't think we're getting anything Mario Kart, right? Is it Mario Kart for a while until Switch 2 is officially out? I believe so. That's what I believe as well. Mario Kart is too big of a game, right? It's too big of a game. It's a big system seller. So I do agree with our co-host, our podcast co-host, Joycey J. Mario Kart is not a game for Nintendo Switch. It's gonna at least the next one. It's gonna be on Switch 2. Let's continue here. Let us continue. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. This is my favorite question right here so far, because I am so hyped and I am so on board that we're going to see this soon. Do you think GameCube Online will be in the Direct? I don't know, but I want to. I wanted to be there so bad. There was a trademark issued for GameCube recently that shows images that you might see on. Actually, let me see if I could show you, because I do have those images here. I want to show you those images, so that you better understand what I mean. Let me refresh this page here just to make sure Nintendo has not issued any newer announcements recently. Nope, no announcements as of yet. Let me go ahead and get that image for you here, for the trademark regarding GameCube, so that you guys can see the comparison of what it is. Let's see here where we are. Where are we? Come on, Twitter. You can load Twitter or X, whatever that is. So yeah, there was a trademark that Nintendo recently submitted and was approved with the icons for a Nintendo GameCube controller. Okay, a GameCube controller. Now, you might say, "Oh, it's just a Nintendo renewing trademark," but what they're actually marking is not the actual logo of the GameCube or the controller itself. They are the symbols, and they are the same symbols that are used on NSO to identify the other controllers that already exist, you know. And so I have a comparison here. The comparison is not mine. I found it from a user on Twitter. They made the comparison. I shared it, but here they could you can clearly see. Let me go ahead and open it right here, and then I'll share the screen so that you guys can actually see the comparison. All right, and then you guys can make up your own mind on whether you think this is for the GameCube or not. Okay, let me go ahead and share this with you really quickly. So there you have it. Let me know if you guys can see it there. Okay, so right here you can see the controller, right? This is the GameCube, the Nintendo 64 controller is right here. Then we have the outline here that has a little more detailed, and then we have this little icon here with the Nintendo 64 controller. If I were to select this, the Nintendo 64, I mean the Super Nintendo controller, then this would happen. We would see this icon right here, the outline of with the detailed buttons and everything. We would see this little icon with the colors of and everything. It's like shows complete, and then we will see this little one with the bolded outline, and of course the shape of the Nintendo 64 controller. Now, comparing that to this, if you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see that clearly. Here we have the outline of the Nintendo GameCube controller. All right, we have that outline that can be used for either or. We have this part right here that has the basically a darker outline, right? We don't know how Nintendo's going to do it for Nintendo Switch Online, but we have a darker outline here that shows the right part of the controller and the buttons, right, along with the joystick here. And then we have the full outline of the GameCube here. As you can see here, the filing date was the 23rd of January 2024, and they actually issued a trademark for all of them. Okay, for all of them. They each have their own individual trademark number, right? The outline one separately, just the outline, the buttons one, and the fully one without color one. So this and this is very similar. We have three icons here. Here we have three icons. This is just a little different because it just shows part of the buttons here, and it could be that this part plays a big part in an NSO. So so that's where a lot of people draw the connection that this icon right here that Nintendo recently, as you see here, trademark is attached to NSO, and so that's where that's where we go. Oh, let's go back here. No, let's go here. No, let's go back here. There you go. That's where we normally get the connection from for the NSO on GameCube. So if you ask me, I think we're very close. I think we're very close to getting an GameCube on NSO. I really hope so badly that we do get GameCube on NSO. But not only that, remember Nintendo launches 2 consoles at a time. They will launch the main console and then the handheld console. So in this case, I would say we could see the Nintendo DS also added to NSO along with the GameCube. So Nintendo DS and GameCube both added to NSO. A lot of people say that if Nintendo does now add the GameCube, they might add an extra tier. I don't believe that. I don't think so. I think Nintendo will keep the expansion pack, and that's it. The expansion pack, GameCube, DS, to the regular base model of the Nintendo Switch Online. All right, let's see here. Let's get more questions here. Joycey J with a super chat. Thank you, Joycey. What do I have here? Let me see if I have some sound effects here. Thank you, Joycey J, for that super chat. It says hit like button, free entertainment, y'all. thank you, Joycey, for that support and for the super chat. No, that's not it. Nope. There we go. That's not it either. I really need to label these buttons. But thank you, Joycey, for that. You know what? I'm gonna put that one in honor of Joycey for that super chat. Tears of the Kingdom. All right, let's see here. All right, we got another question from Andrew Reynolds. If Nintendo has an investor meeting at the end of their fiscal year, wouldn't they want to have something about hardware announced to the public before the investors ask questions? This investors meeting, this investors meeting is basically giving Nintendo giving them an update on the sales that they have made until this point, right? And so they will probably ask questions on what Nintendo has planned. There is a possibility that we might get a code name for the next system. Nintendo will not tell them, yeah, this console is coming, this so and so. There's a big possibility that during the fiscal meeting or the meeting, we might get a code name drop for the next system, or Nintendo will say we'll get more information on that soon. But yeah, there's also a meeting in I think in March as well, towards the end of March, the end of the fiscal year for Nintendo. And so what Nintendo will do is basically kind of give the people there, the investors, a recap of the life of the Nintendo Switch, what it has done in the past year, and a glimpse of what's coming. Therefore, that's why I don't rule out Nintendo actually giving us a code name right before the announcement. So, yeah, I don't doubt investors will ask questions about it, and that's a given. Nintendo has always kind of avoided that question or has given a general answer to that, but this time around, I don't rule out that they might get a code name, and that's a good thing. How do you think they will announce the Switch 2? So I think that we'll get a big event, a live event from Nintendo headquarters on stage, and I believe that announcement either will come at the end of the Nintendo Direct at the end, like an announcement for the event, or it'll come in the next couple of weeks after the Nintendo Direct. Not early in February, but maybe during March. Maybe in March, sometime in March, we'll get like an announcement for that event happening in on Nintendo around Nintendo headquarters for that launch. So I think that yeah, Nintendo will issue an announcement and send invitations to the media, which is very important, right? So we might even know just a bit before if anybody within the media has received any type of invitation from Nintendo to attend the event, then we will also find out then. That's one thing that a lot of people haven't really considered, that the media will also be invited to the event to cover the event. And so we can find out then that Nintendo is sending out invites. It might filter, it might leak that that invite has been sent, and then Nintendo will actually issue the event announcement. So that is how I believe Nintendo will actually go about the Nintendo Switch 2 announcements. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Mario Kart. Mario Kart Christmas 2025. Hey, I don't not rule it out at all. I don't rule it out at all. Um, I could see Mario Kart coming before just because it's a system seller. Not sure if it's going to be a launch title, but I could see Mario Kart coming before. But a Christmas 2025 Mario Kart, I don't I can't rule it out. It's very possible. Let's see here. Mario Kart late summer 2024. I bet on it. Again, if Mario Kart is a launch title, okay, it could be, or launch window, we could see that too for Switch 2. Let's see here. If Nintendo remakes a Zelda game, which one do you think they will remake? There's two games, technically three, that are on the rumor block when it comes to remakes. The first and biggest is Ocarina of Time. I personally don't think that will be on Switch. I think that'll be on Switch too because the graphics are gonna be crazy. Joycey wants, maybe with the Wii U tech demo style. Um, and the others are the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages remake, a dual pack of the Legend of Zelda Oracle games, and those a la Link's Awakening type. So those are the ones that are on the rumor block. If I were to choose, I can't choose because I really want to play the Oracle games. Right, I would love to play them on new hardware, and I played Link's Awakening. I loved it, and I would love to play the Oracle games. I haven't finished Ocarina of Time, so I would love to also play that as a remake as well. So I mean, I just can't choose because I love the fact that I can play either of them. So I just for the heck of it, I'll choose Link's Away Ocarina of Time since it's the bigger game. I think that I would love to see a remake on, but realistically speaking, that could be for Switch 2, rather than Switch 1, unless it comes out on Switch 2 as well. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. All right, so as Bronny says here, I just checked my calendar app. April 13 and April 20 are on Saturdays, since Nintendo likes to release games on Saturdays. Usually, the potential dates for Thousand Year Door are April 13, April 20th, and also April 27. So here, I don't know where you're located, Ronnie, but here normally the games release on Fridays, like Friday mornings or Friday midnight Friday, like Thursday night, midnight Friday morning, basically. So maybe it's on Saturdays where you are in your part of the world. Let's see here. What that? Mm-mm. Let's see this. Can you say that? Okay, let's see here. All right. Looking for questions? Looking for questions? Looking for questions? Looking for questions or really cool. Let's see here. On the viewer, don't be afraid to say hi. We got. All right. Let's see here. All right. Do you think Doug Bowser will show it off on Jimmy Fallon? Hey, they did show off the Nintendo Switch on Jimmy Fallon. I think that'll happen after the release, after the announcement. I think Nintendo's gonna be everywhere. You know, I think Nintendo's gonna be everywhere. Let's say that Nintendo announces the console. Let me change this for a second here. Bring back the presentation here quick here. Let me bring back this one and play that one there. Let me look at the announcement Nintendo has planned really quick here. Gaming events. Okay. So let's see here. All right, the biggest video game convention is okay. All right. Okay, so computers. Okay, Gamescom. We got Gamescom, which is Gamescom is in August. Okay, Gamescom is in August. All right, so Gamescom is gonna be on the 21st to the 25th in August. You know for a fact, okay, with this being the largest event, okay, that Nintendo Switch 2 will be present at Gamescom for people to play if the console has not yet launched. Even if it launched, I still believe the console will be there for people to play. I'm looking for a list of the gaming events. Yeah, E3 is gone. Summer Game Fest is also a Summer Game Fest is also a big event where Nintendo could take the stage in the summer to announce Nintendo Switch 2 game events. And I believe that if they do, that's going to be the highlight of Summer Game Fest because Nintendo will be the console coming in with the new, right? The new games, the new console, you know, the updates to everything. And so I think this could be Nintendo's year at Summer Game Fest. There are also PAX. Okay, PAX East. Let me see what year is PAX East. What time is PAX East? PAX East 2024 is taking place on March 21st to the 24th. So I don't think Nintendo Switch 2 will be there, but PAX West is a different story. So in PAX West is taking place, or PAX West, of course, it's in, okay, in September. PAX West is in September. And if Nintendo decides to do Nintendo Live again this year, it's going to be with PAX West just because it's the same company putting it together. And there you could also expect the Nintendo Switch 2 to be, so people could play it. And so Gamescom is in August. We got PAX. PAX East is in March. I don't think it'll be there unless Nintendo decides to announce the game before. But PAX West for sure, the system will be there for people to try. And of course, Nintendo Live is another big event. Not to mention Summer Game Fest and every other. I'm not sure if I'm missing an event. Can you guys write it down in the comments? I know of Gamescom, but I can't think right now off the top of my head what other convention am I missing? Any big convention that are yet to come. So Jimmy Fallon and a whole bunch of other conventions. Let's see here. Looking up more. Okay, let's see here. All right, this is a good question here. Like, honestly, I've heard that the format of the upcoming event is not a regular Nintendo Direct. That doesn't mean it's not a mini Direct. but think what it must mean. System reveal imminent. I can't rule out anything. I really can't rule out anything because again, Nintendo does what Nintendo does, right? They do when they do something, then it's confirmed, right? All we can do is kind of look at what the credible leakers out there are stating, and then we kind of repeat that and kind of give you guys our opinion. Um, if we get a Nintendo, let's say a Nintendo Direct Mini, that doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a Switch 2 launch. That means that Nintendo is kind of almost done with announcing Nintendo Switch games for now, and that there could be very, very soon, sooner than later, an event for the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't think Nintendo is going to mix the Switch 2 reveal with this Nintendo Direct. I think Nintendo will have a live event to present to the world the new Nintendo Switch. That's what I believe it will happen. First time we see the system, first time we get to see the system like this will be on stage on the event. And so um but again, but again, anything anything can happen, right? A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to a friend of mine who manages a GameStop, right? And so you guys saw the video. I asked them the question about if they've heard anything regarding shipment or anything incoming that they had to get ready for pre-orders, right? And basically they kind of, in a way, hinted that they were, but they really couldn't say much. They wanted to get, I didn't want to get in trouble. I know Nate also released a video recently, in where he got kind of sort of maybe he got more confirmation than I did, and they probably plain straight told him that they were getting ready for a premiere or a pre-order, but things are happening. Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out this year. Whether they come out for the intent for this direct, that I don't think so, but I can't rule it out either. It's up to Nintendo. I think that this will be. I think this will be a general direct dedicated to Nintendo Switch and third-party games. I think there's a lot of games that will be announced. I think there's still a lot of games that Nintendo is sitting on. And this is I can mention Jeff Grubb, very credible leaker. Might not always get the date correct, but always gets the content correct, right? Nate Drake also, Nate the Hate, very credible, awesome leaker as well. Also, you know, they've also mentioned that Nintendo sits on games right before the games release, and so there's a possibility that they might have games that they've been sitting on and just waiting just to release them at the end, like towards now. This Nintendo Direct, they can issue those games. There's a possibility of that, right? And so, um, I do believe the Nintendo Switch 2 is imminent. You know, let's see here. Mike, how about a remake of the OG Legend of Zelda from NES? That would be heavenly. That would be amazing if Nintendo does do a remake. I think they'll probably choose the Zelda 2 just because that one is very underrated and they want to kind of like really expand on that game. But that would be amazing, right? That would be crazy. I would love to see a remake of A Link to the Past from SNES, from Super Nintendo. That will be my choice for a remake. But man, any games that any games that Nintendo wants to bring to the future, it'd be awesome. Like Paul Gill, co-host Paul Gill has stated, Oracle Ages and Season remakes on Nintendo Switch will be cool. It would be awesome. And I will totally, man, I would love to play Oracle Season and Oracle Ages on the big screen. Um, One thing I want to mention, and I'm not sure if you guys know, I am legally blind, right? I can't see out of this eye. And so I find it difficult to play games on NES and Super Nintendo unless play them on my big screen. Just because of the sprites are so small, right? And the letters and the text is so small. And when they remake games, the text is bigger. The characters are just more vibrant. They're just HDified. They're high definition. Look at right now. Mario RPG, right? And look how beautiful it looks. Everything is so much brighter, so much clear, so much crisp, easier to read and to play. And so for me, it's that's why I want all these games to be remade, because I lately I've been finding it more difficult to play games that have that that are kind of 8-bit type of games. And so yeah, let's see here. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, looking for the next question. The next questions. Okay, let's see here. Let me go take a look at Twitter real quick. I want to see if for updates on Nintendo, if they've issued anything. Anything can happen, so I'm always keeping an eye on Twitter to see what Nintendo announces. Maybe they announce or shadow drop a game. So far, they've only issued one tweet. That's also very odd from Nintendo to issue one tweet well, it's Monday. It's Monday, yeah. And it's kind of early also, right? It's very early in Japan. And maybe this tweet having to do with Mario versus Donkey Kong could have been a tweet that they had already scheduled, as part of the Mario versus Donkey Kong promo. They probably scheduled ahead of time, so that's why that tweet went out super early. And as of right now, what time is it in Japan? Let's go check that. Japan time. It is 7:29 a.m. in Japan. So work time is just beginning, right? So yeah, I wouldn't rule anything out right now. So the last tweet was 3 hours ago. To me, that looks like it was scheduled, just because in Japan it was about 3 o'clock in the morning when that came out. Let's see here. All right, continuing down the line. Let's see here. We have, in fact, Better Night Tomorrow. All right, let's see here. Any more questions? Do-do-do-do. Hello, Anthony. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming. Do-do-do-do. Let's see here. All right, moving down just to see if I can have any questions. I just want to make sure I don't miss any questions. All right, so question. This is a good question here. Since I'm off tomorrow from work, what time could it be announced? I would say in the morning. Yeah, I would say morning. Depending on where you are, the latest I would see Nintendo Direct announced will be like at 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. So I don't know what time zone you're at. I'm in Eastern time zone. We can see a Nintendo Direct announced all the way to 3:00 p.m. Right, 3 p.m. It is 5:30 right now, so I don't think we'll get one today. But tomorrow, anytime in the morning, it'll be either the first or second tweet from Nintendo. The very last Direct, Nintendo tweeted the Direct announcement, the second one, but it looks like they actually schedule other tweets ahead. So the first live tweet from Nintendo will probably be the Nintendo Direct announcement tomorrow. It'll be early. So they have started tweeting as early as 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern time, my time. So you can convert that in your own time zone. And then you probably have a general idea of when they will issue a Direct. Joey CJ, co-host from the podcast, says, I'm 95% sure it'll be a general Direct. I am on that boat as well. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Power Mad UK say, I'm only 50% sure it will get a general Direct. I'm also there too, because if I'm 90%, I'm also 50%. So yeah. Let's see here. Is this the Pikmin live stream? Is this the Pikmin live stream? Pikmin live stream. I don't know. I don't think Pikmin was announced in this Direct. This is the September Nintendo Direct, where they announced Princess Peach, Luigi's Mansion, Thousand Year Door. That was an awesome Direct, by the way. That was a really cool Direct. So this is the Direct from September. Let's see here. Da-da-da. All right. We have another question here from Alicella. What is your very favorite side-scrolling Mario game? Mario Wonder. Super Mario Wonder took its place. Before that, it was Super Mario 3 from NES. Before that, it was Super Mario 3, but Super Mario Wonder took the crown when it comes to a side-scrolling game. Overall, it's my number 2 favorite game. Number 1 is it's a 3D game, which is Bowser's Fury. But yeah, Mario Wonder is my favorite side-scrolling game. It took the crown for Mario 3, and it's because there's a lot of similarities between Mario 3 and Super Mario Wonder, and I really love it. So that's my those are my favorite games. That's my favorite game. Let's see here. What's going on, Dat Boy? Let's see. I'm looking for more questions. Rolando is asking, "How do you feel? How do you feel it, guys?" I don't know what he's talking about. Do you feel it? Let's see here. Chris Lancer, with a new president, do you think he'll change how Nintendo does things? Yes, that's a great question. This new president is all about the numbers. Okay, now I have a comparison to make. All right, because this will give you guys an idea of how this president thinks. Just because there's a president of a company here in the U.S. that thinks just the same because he is also a numbers guy. So now you can kind of compare this Nintendo to Apple. Right? All right. Tim Cook from Apple is a numbers guy. He's a finance guy. He was a finance guy before he got the title of the CEO, right? And so was Shintaro Furukawa. He was a numbers guy before he got the title of president of Nintendo. And so what they do is they worry about more about making the money, making the company more profitable than innovation whatsoever. So if something is working, like the Switch, what they'll do is issue iterations like upgrades of the same console, similar. Okay, if you notice the iPhone, all the way from if you look at the iPhone, all the way from the iPhone 4, 5, 5C, 5S, whatever, it's just small increments to the phone. If you compare the latest one to the first one, yeah, you'll see the big difference, but it got there slowly, very slowly, little by little. And so with this, if you notice, this next console, there is already rumors that it's not going to be a major big overhaul of the system that is going to look 100% different. No, it's going to be an upgraded Nintendo Switch. It's going to be a handheld and dockable system with detachable controllers. I don't know if they'll keep the Joy-Con name, with more power, bigger screen, right? So it's an incremental upgrade to this Nintendo system. Why? Because the Nintendo Switch is already a proven system that sells, and it's what people are looking for, right? So what they're doing is giving us everything that people have found flawed about the Nintendo Switch. They're giving it to us in the Nintendo Switch 2. An incremental upgrade, bigger screen, better battery life, better specs, better resolution, and all that stuff. And so, yeah, there's a big change. If we would have had the prior president, rest his soul, he passed away, then we would have had a completely different console after the Switch. We would have had a completely different console, you know? So that's a really good question. Let's see here. Mike, do you think we'll see anything related to Mario Party, like DLC, Superstars, or GameCube nostalgia game like Superstars sequel? That's a good question. I think the next Mario Party will be for the Switch too, because in the Switch we have two Mario Parties. We have Mario Party. What was the other Mario Party? Mario Party something, and then Mario Party Superstars. We already had 2 Mario Parties on Nintendo Switch, so I think the next Mario Party will be on Switch too. Um, I think the next Mario Party will be bigger. I mean, they have to make it bigger than the All Stars, and you know they have to make it bigger, offer us more. Yeah, they're probably gonna give us the GameCube nostalgia, you know. So yeah, I think we will see a sequel, but for Nintendo Switch 2, because it's not a crazy system seller. I see that game coming in maybe year 1 at the end or year 2 towards the end as well. But yeah, we're definitely getting another Mario Party. That game is great. Is great. Do you feel like we will get some N64 NSO announcement? Yes, I do. I really do think we're gonna get more games added to NSO. I think we're gonna get Donkey Kong added to NSO. If you look at the NSO website, Nintendo has updated the NSO website with all of the games from Donkey Kong already available on NSO. Some people speculate that this might hint of a brand new Donkey Kong game, but I find it more likely that they're just gonna add a new Donkey Kong game to NSO, which will be a big deal, you know. So yeah, to answer your question, I think that NSO will get updates. I think Donkey Kong will be added. Maybe not Shadow Drop, but maybe announced for a future date. And so yeah, I do think so. I do feel like this direct will see an NSO update for Donkey Kong. For NS for GameCube. I mean not for GameCube for GameCube. Yeah, I want GameCube, but for 64, yeah, better chances there. Let's see here. All right, so I think I'm caught up with all the questions. That is awesome. Yeah, look at this one. Donkey Kong 64 is one of my main games I want, and Diddy Kong Racing. There you go. We might even get both games. We might even get an announcement for both games, Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing, and then they'll give us, let's say, Donkey Kong 64 coming out a certain date, Diddy Kong Racing coming out a certain date, or they might come out the same exact date as well. But the update to NSO and then them showing us that graphic for NSO. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it here. Actually, really hints at them doing something with Donkey Kong. The year of Donkey Kong is soon, just because first we got the Mario movie. Donkey Kong played a big part in the movie. You know, then of course we have the Donkey Kong movie that's rumored and in production. We have Mario versus Donkey Kong that is announcing now. They just issued that big Donkey Kong graphic. Let me see if I can find it here. Donkey Kong. So they issued that big Donkey Kong graphic for NSO. If I could find it very quickly here. And not only that, but I can't find it. I'm looking for it. NSO Donkey Kong. NSO. Oh, okay, I found it. Found it. All right, so let me go ahead and share this with you very quick here. Here you go. There you go, and here we go. All right, so this is what they did. Donkey Kong, super big. It's on like Donkey Kong, right? On Nintendo Switch Online. So we have Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3. Then we have Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, and Donkey Kong Country 3. So we have these games here, and this Nintendo made this promo very recently. Now, this could also be attached to, so people can actually play the games before playing Mario versus Donkey Kong. So they have like a background story to it. Since the only game I see Mario in is, well, maybe these two. Mario actually kidnapped his dad here, but yeah, this is basically the beginning of Mario versus Donkey Kong here in the Donkey Kong games here. But yeah, they issued this on NSO. A lot of people think that is because we might be getting a brand new Donkey Kong game, and so others think that we might be getting NSO's Donkey Kong 64, which makes sense because that's the only one missing, like all the way back here. It makes sense to have a Donkey Kong 64 and maybe Diddy Kong Racing as well. It's kind of the only two missing from here, which would be awesome. Will be awesome to have on NSO. Yeah, so that answers. Hopefully, that answers the question for Donkey Kong. But I do believe we're getting something Donkey Kong in this next Nintendo Direct. Let's see here. Back to sharing screen. Back to sharing the Nintendo Direct here. And all right. Let's see here. Okay. Anything about Chrono Trigger? Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite games, and I hope. I don't know if I read right a while back. Weren't there rumors about Chrono Trigger remake? If true, that'd be awesome. I don't know whether Nintendo it'll be in the Nintendo Direct, but that could be one of the third party surprise games that could make it. And if it does, it'll be a major game. It'll be a super major game. If it's a remake, then I probably don't see it until Nintendo Switch 2. If it's a port or a remaster or something like that, then maybe on Switch. But man, that will be awesome. That will be awesome. All right, and it says here, I'm concerned because Piero or Nate the Hate haven't heard anything about Direct this week, and doesn't Piero leak the Direct date a few days before? Wouldn't this mean no Direct on the 7th? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. We've had so many directs on certain dates with without the leakers coming in. They normally come in the day before and they'll drop hints on what games are coming out. But they haven't come out and said it's happening certain date, but they also haven't come out and stated it's not happening. If I'm not mistaken, I think Nate did hear there was something coming, but he didn't know of a date. And so there is out there rumors from credible sources other than Piero and Nate that point to a direct coming this week. I have personally said Nintendo always has a direct in February, and so anybody can predict that there's a Nintendo Direct in February. And it's going to be either the first or second week, right? So this is going to be the first week of Nintendo of February, and so there's a possibility, big possibility, we get the Nintendo Direct on the 7th. I think I am almost 90% sure that we're getting it on the 7th, which we will have an announcement tomorrow, the day before. Okay. And so once we get that announcement, then we can go ahead and talk about that. But if not, next week for sure. Next week for sure. Let's see here. This is another one here. Thank you, Brolindo, for bringing it up. Well, this is another one here. Pokemon Day is on the 27th. And so Nintendo has to have their direct right before, at least a week or two before Pokemon Day. And so this is another big tell that we are getting a Nintendo Direct this month. This Pokemon Day, we're gonna have Pokemon Presents happening around that time too. So that's another tell there. Let's see here. I've been having trouble with my local post office that I literally have a case number. Have you shipped the controller yet? Have you? If you have, I need to report it. Nope. I'm not sure if you are, Chris, if you are on the Discord chat. If not, let me go. I actually issued an update on Discord, and if I'm not mistaken, I also issued an update on the channel discussion area that we got delayed on the shipment just because basically starting the year I got sick, so I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. I was in critical condition, and after that, my father-in-law, my stepfather passed away, and so that basically kind of held everything. That stopped everything that I was doing. I still have a couple of prizes to ship still, and so I will be shipping those out very soon, and I will let you guys know when those prizes go out. But yeah, in lieu of that happening, that's why I because of that, that's that's why I'm delayed with a couple of prizes shipping out. So yeah, I did issue that statement on the community area on YouTube and also on the Discord. So I recommend checking Discord, or joining on Discord. That way you get up to date, or having your notifications turned on for all notifications. That way you get notifications from the community area on YouTube as well. But those I will start shipping prizes again very soon. All right, getting here, looking for more questions. All right, yeah. So there you have it. The thank you to Blue Moon and Brolindo for sharing the Discord links. That way you can. I always issue updates on Discord and also the community area. So I encourage you to check both of them to get updates on what's happening on the channel. Yeah, but that's basically the reason why um, there have been delays on the giveaway prizes. And then after that, then we'll go ahead and take care of future giveaways. Once I ship all the prizes, we'll take care of future giveaways on the channel as well. But yeah, any additional questions? Any additional questions in the chat? Now, when it comes to the expectations you should have when going into the Nintendo Direct, I know there's chatter that there is a Nintendo Switch 2 presentation in the Direct. I caution against that. I caution against going into the Direct with that expectation, because if there is no announcement or no mention of it, then sometimes we were let a little down, and that will kind of cause us to not have a good time, right? So what I suggest you go into the Direct with, when it comes to expectations, I suggest that you go into the Direct focusing that this Nintendo Direct will be focused on Nintendo Switch games, okay? Nintendo Switch games only. Let's see here. All right. So yeah, Joycey, if you're still here, yes, you can call in. I'm not sure if you're still here. Sorry, I just saw your message. That message from a little bit ago. But if you are still here, yes, you can call in. And I can go ahead and put you through. Yeah. Expectations, guys, when going into a Nintendo Direct, at least this Nintendo Direct, go in with the expectation that this Nintendo Direct will be dedicated only to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, since we are still technically in the fiscal year of 2023, 2024, and the same one where Nintendo mentioned that they will not be issuing a new console or updates to the new console until the next. Well, they haven't even confirmed the next one, but that is when it is expected to be revealed in the next fiscal year, starting at the end of March. Okay, so yeah, it's good to set your expectations. That way you have a good time, right? Because if you set your expectations way too high because of what's been said out there, then sometimes we end up being disappointed, and that ruins the experience for us. When a Nintendo Direct is like Christmas morning, it's fun, right? It's exciting. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's fun and exciting, and we should kind of set our expectations there. Yeah, so that's when it comes to the I really encourage everyone to, you know, yes, hype. Don't underhype. Hype, be excited because it is an exciting moment. A Nintendo Direct is exciting. We're about to listen to and get new games announcements, games that we have never heard before, brand new games in our favorite franchises, hopefully, and it's an exciting event. But in regards to Nintendo Switch 2, don't I will just tell you no. Don't go in there thinking it's gonna be there because I fully believe it's not. I don't believe it's not gonna be announced in this Nintendo Direct. I think the Nintendo Direct um is focused on Nintendo Switch games and third party games that are gonna come. And it's so, and uh, the excitement will be into having the games that we are currently waiting for. Metroid Prime 4 could be the last title announced. Um, Metroid Prime 2 and 3, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Link's Awakening, not Link's Awakening, Skyward Sword. Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, has a better chance of making it to the Nintendo Direct, right? Oracle Season and Ages remake also has a better chance of making it to the Nintendo Direct, and so that's what I believe that you guys should set your expectations to. Don't try to set it too high. That way we can all have a good time. And by the way, we're gonna be streaming it here to if we have it, if they do announcement for Wednesday, we're gonna be streaming the direct here. We'll be streaming the direct here. Okay. And it'll be live streaming here on the channel. So set your reminders, set your alerts. I'll keep an eye on Nintendo on Twitter. The minute that Nintendo announces the Nintendo Direct, I will have a video here letting you know all of the details, including the live stream when it's going to start. So the minute Nintendo announces the Nintendo Direct, I'm gonna go ahead and you'll see a video from me here. Okay, so make sure that notification is turned on, and make sure you subscribe and that with that notification set to all. That way, you see that alert, you come to the channel and you learn the details right away, and then we can start getting ready for that Nintendo Direct. That is, I am so sure that it's just around the corner. And look right here. This is Paul. Paul just shared something that's very true. Even a couple of new titles is enough to be happy with, and it is so true. That is so true. You know, and hopefully we do get big games, of course. But it's Switch 2 season. We're gonna get a Nintendo Switch 2 very soon. Not in this Nintendo Direct, but we're gonna get it and hear about it very soon. This year is the year of brand new titles. Okay, new Mario game, new I'm not sure, new Mario Kart, new Splatoon, new Animal Crossing. We might see those new games, the next generation of Nintendo games this year, and that is just more than enough to get excited for the year, right? For this Nintendo Direct, the I would say the last Nintendo Direct where the Switch will be the main focus, right? And so the next Nintendo Direct, the Switch will probably be sharing the Direct with the Switch too. And so it's just an overall exciting time to be a Nintendo fan, and we're gonna have such a great time in this year. It's gonna be such an amazing time. And like Paul said, how are you doing today? You're doing well, but this one is it. There is so much potential. There is so much potential. Just like Paul Gill said, there is so much potential. And if you're excited, make sure you hit that thumbs up on this live stream. Let's see here. Where are we on thumbs up? Have we reached 100 yet? Let me take a look at our thumbs up thingy. Hopefully. And we haven't reached 100 yet. How many reach 100 likes? Looking up here. Go to the studio. I'll be in my studio. Okay, so let's go ahead and check here. So far, what do we have? What do we have? Wait, this is not the one. Okay, all right. I think let's go. Okay, let's go here. That's where we are. All right, we got 56 likes. Thank you so much for all 56 likes. If you're here and have not hit the like button, help me out with that like button. Let's try to get that to 60 or even 70 if possible. It's it's exciting, guys. It's super exciting that we're about to see not only a Nintendo Direct but a Switch 2 later on in the year, and it's fun times, guys. It's fun times for all Nintendo fans. Let's see here. 57. Good. Let's make it to 60. Let's make it to 60. Come on, guys. Hey, come on. Somebody took a like away. That's not cool. Anyway, I think that is all the information that we have right now. If you guys have any further questions, you guys can share it with me now. That way I can answer your question. Let me know if you have any further questions that I can answer for you. Okay. I'm also releasing a video in a couple of minutes. Let's see here. Also on the Nintendo Direct with more information. Okay. So right now, I am uploading a brand new video with more Nintendo Direct information. Okay. Let's see here. So if you guys could do me a favor, I'm going to release. I'm going to just let's see here. That's not it. Okay. All right. So I'm uploading the video right now to YouTube, and you guys are the ones that are actually kind of finding out as I do it, which is cool, right? Uploading the video now. Let me get that thing. Pictures. Dum. All right, where are those pictures? Okay, not that one, not that one. Okay, sort by date. Okay. All right, the video is uploaded. And I am publishing it now. The minute it goes live, I'll let you guys know so you guys can jump right over there. That video has more information on the Nintendo Direct. And of course, if you guys can like, share, leave your comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Your Nintendo Direct list or whatever you would like to comment. Feel free to comment down in that video that I'm uploading right now as we speak. Just kind of making a few settings here. Season 3, okay. All right, almost done. 99%. 99%. Any questions before Eric? Let me check the chat here to make sure I've answered all the questions. Okay. Okay, got thumbs. All right. Okay. All right, got that there. Stop. Okay. All right, so it's uploaded, I think. I think it's uploaded. Okay. No, that's not it. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so I am uploading the video right now as we speak. It is going live in a little bit, in a couple of seconds. And any minute. So please go ahead, and once it's uploaded and published, can you go ahead and leave your like, your comment. And 3, 2, 1. Boom, it is published. All right, video published. All right, so I just I have one more question. One more question here. It says here, what's more likely for a new Donkey Kong game, late Switch cycle or early Switch cycle? I would say for a new Donkey Kong game, I would say early Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, early Nintendo Switch 2, unless it's a port or remake. Then a brand new one would say early Switch 2, which is still this year. So there's that to look forward to, you know. Let's see here. Our most anticipated game of the year is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Be my first time playing through the game in its entirety, and beyond excited. I'm super excited too because it'll be my first time playing through that game as well. Okay, it'll be my first time playing there this year. Do you think we will see Super Mario Galaxy 2 or Yoshi's Woolly World? What a question. That is a really good question. They're both such great games to be ported, man. I really want both of them. I really don't know what to decide. You just stumped me because I love Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's the best one out of both of them. And then Yoshi's Woolly World. Really, man? Can you imagine if you see both? That would be fantastic. That would be crazy. And I wouldn't rule it out because we're celebrating Mario's 40th anniversary, and so I'm gonna go with Mario Galaxy 2. I'm gonna go with Mario Galaxy 2 just because Mario Galaxy 1 is has already been released, although it's not being sold anymore. But Mario Galaxy 2, I think it's time for that game to be out on the Switch. All right. There's a video uploaded right now on the channel. Go check it out. Leave your comment down below. Leave a like. If you guys can do that right now, I would so much appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. Thank you so much for being here. You can rewind the stream to look at everything we spoke about and all the amazing questions they've been asked. And so before I let you go, we got two things I got to let you know. Number one, never give up. And number two, journey on. Peace. The balloons. Check out the video. New video out now. Go check it out right now.